What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I want to send this one all around the world, all to everybody around the world. Um, a lot of times when we look at our life, we could think of, man, like a lot of stuff we've been through. A lot of people been through some crazy stuff, man. And no matter how strong we are, no matter how much time passes, the truth of the matter is um, we don't always fully flush that type of stuff out of our system, whatever it might be. And what happens is we just get to the point where we learn how to kind of live with stuff. We kind of just adapt. Humans are very adaptable. We figure out a way how to we manage. But learning how to live with something and learning how to deal with something doesn't mean that it's uh, it's gone. That it's gone from here. Trauma is a lingering thing, and you can have some physical trauma. You can get hit on the shoulder with a shovel, and it's a gash on your shoulder, but at some point that gash will heal. That may leave a scar that's a reminder, but it heals and you get that functionality back in that shoulder. But when you have mental trauma, then that's something that doesn't always necessarily heal. Some people have gone through certain steps to figure out how to heal and move forward from it, but the reality is most people don't. So they would take uh, their past reality and they'll bring it into the current, into the present time. And uh, I don't put 100% blame on people who do that because they may not ever been shown how to cope with whatever past trauma that they may have had. So it's something that you have to seek out as a person to say, well, let me try my best to clear this or master the ability to deal with it so I won't impose my former self onto anyone in my present. And that's the basis of this video today because a lot of times people who have just been on that bad road and just having a rough go at it with struggles and trauma and whatever you could think of, people mistreating them and all that. A lot of times that becomes a constant in people's lives where it seems like the person always ends up connected to people who stack on and add on to that process that they had been through. It's like, man, like a woman said, every guy I get with just is abusive. He beats me and is physically abusive. Then you say, okay, well, man, it's like you're gravitating towards those kind of men who do that to you, and it may be because it's something that you've seen in them that just connects you to those who did it in the past, and you just seem to grab, or they may spot something in you where there's a weakness and they gravitate towards you. It can go either way. But um, the truth is, sometimes people who have been through tough lives, have had tough lives early on, have been through horrible things early on, they'll come into contact with people who are not on that. They're not on that type of time or that type of mindset. And if the person isn't fully healed and the person isn't fully together, then they may unintentionally start to impose those thoughts and those paranoias on somebody that's currently not even on that kind of page. So you have to be very careful with that because a lot of times God will send people to you that are there for the specific purpose of being a healer, of being. I'm not saying that people got no magic powers, but just somebody who will pull you further along into the process of making you better based on what you went through. And if we fight that person off, if we reject that person, if we start to be reverse and start to be abusive towards that person physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, then you've missed an opportunity to heal your own trauma because Now we find ourselves we on pins and needles. We're always on our P's and Q's, waiting for the next person to be the embodiment of what the last 4, 5, 6 people or the people all your life have been, and when everybody's not on that page. So what has to happen is we have to get ourselves to a point where we can assess and kind of analyze people better. And once we're able to do that, then if we can get to the point where we don't just automatically put that same hat on everybody's head. Everybody got different size heads. So if it's this little bitty hat, it can't fit on a big old head. If it's a big old hat, it's going to flop down over a little bitty head. So we can't think that we can put the same hat on everybody's head because of what this person did, or now that person's going to do it. Now, we'll never find happiness in our life. We'll never find a moment of healing in our life if we continue to do that. So those are the things that we have to work on with self. And one thing about it, man, I know people that have gone to counseling. I know people who have gone to anger management, all the way up and down the line, psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever you can think of. And those individuals, they do, in my opinion, have a lot to offer. If they ain't trying to give you no medicine, then I would say that a lot of those people in those fields can provide you with very good information that could be beneficial to making you better and helping you get over a lot of stuff that you've been through. But through all that, it still has to be on me, on you, on us to really, really, really do the heavy lifting in terms of healing ourselves. They can tell you stuff all day long. They can give you tips all day long. They can teach you mental exercises and all these different coping mechanisms. They can give you all that. But we have to be the ones to say, all right, man, I'm going to fight against it because people go through training and all kind of firemen, policemen, they go through all kind of training and they're trained for certain scenarios. But as soon as something crazy happens, only those who really trust the training are going to stick to the training to get out of the situation. Some people will totally abandon what they've been practicing on all this time. So it's the same thing no matter what advice somebody gives you, no matter what tips and things and coping mechanisms that they can give you. When you back in that moment where it's time to use that stuff, it's up to you to use it. So keep that in mind as we move forward. We'll lose a lot of good people out of our life if we don't learn how to distinguish the bad people from the good people, and if we don't make the mistake, and if we make the mistake of taking whoever that evil person was and putting her face or his face on everybody's body that you meet in the rest of your life, then that healing probably won't ever come. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I will catch y'all with another one as we move forward. Catch us in San Antonio, Texas, South Park Coalition, your big brother, and the SPC will be performing live June the 29th at Club Verde, 8800 Broadway in San Antonio. Y'all catch us live. Peace and love.